Hi, I'm Vicki Mackey with the Vergers Guild Nomination Committee, and I am here with Ann Hansen, and she is one of our candidates running for the Board of Directors in September. Good afternoon, Ann, and welcome.
Thank you so much for being willing to adjust your schedule to make it convenient for me. It's now 1 o'clock in the afternoon here. So I appreciate the adjustment you made for me.
You are most welcome. If you will, Ann, please tell us where you are from and what church you serve as Verger.
I'm here in Honolulu, and I attend the Cathedral of St. Andrew right down in the middle of Honolulu. And I've been there since 1987 or so. And I've been serving as Verger since, well, I started training in 2014, but I was commissioned in 2016.
Okay, thank you. Let me get started by asking you a few questions in order that we may get to know you a little bit better as a Verger. Our first question: what is your perspective on the annual conference, and do future conferences need to change in any way?
Okay. Well, I enjoy the conferences and I attend every one, and it's kind of a highlight of my year, and I build my vacations around it and always manage to do a road trip before or after. So yes, I love the conferences. The ones that had us all together, I think, were the best of them. And I started the conferences in Spokane. That was 2016. We are all together in the Davenport Hotel. So if we are in the elevator or in the lobby or in the restaurant, there are other members of the Vergers Guild. And so I felt like I had a chance to get to know people better. Same happened at the Marriott at Atlanta, and the same happened in Denver. And of course, when we were in Texas, we were all in this basically in the same area, and we could sit up all night talking in the dining room. So I liked the ones where everybody was together. It really helped the sense of camaraderie and mixing of peoples. I understand the financial worries that some people have, that the conference hotel can be expensive. Yes, but I really did like the feeling of us being together.
Yes, I did too. Thank you so much. Number two, what do you consider are your best skills and assets that you would bring to the board?
I think my best asset is that I just keep showing up. I've been to quite a few of them and can kind of compare them and understand what you're talking about. And hopefully I can help that discussion and bring that discussion forward. I'm pretty easy getting to know and knowing each other. And so it's pretty easy for me to be on committees. And I think that I can contribute to that pretty well.
Okay, thank you. Number three, how would you go about getting more information available to reach the unrecognized, unacknowledged Verger in the many churches and dioceses about the Guild to become a member?
Now that's a tricky one. I did a little research. I Googled my own diocese, which is the Diocese of Hawaii, which has 5 islands with Episcopal churches on it, and also Guam too. We did lose one church 8 days ago to the fire in Lahaina. That's Holy Innocents, but I'm sure they still have what they call a worship community there. And then across the United States, there's 6,447 parishes. So that's a really big job you're thinking of. And I think that's pretty unwieldy. And the way I would go about it is starting small and experimenting, such as at this conference, we would have a letter that's already written out explaining what we're trying to do and asking people to fill out a little questionnaire. And each of us vergers would go home to our home diocese, and we would name a parish that we thought would be a possibility, and we would hand over that document with that questionnaire to a neighboring parish. And then the responses that those parishes make and send back to the Vergers Guild would help give us insight into what avenue we can take to find all those unacknowledged vergers. I know they're out there. My cathedral has 4 vergers, but they're all doing different things depending upon their life, their skills. And there's people out there that are working. They don't know they're vergers, but they are serving in that capacity and doing those services. So I'd say start small. Let's take that tact and see where it gets us. And then by next year, we'll have a better idea of how to aim it.
Okay, thank you. Our final question is, how long have you been a verger, and what do you like most about being a verger?
Well, I started actually as a choir member. I sang in Episcopal choirs for 41 years. I started as a 5-year-old in St. Ambrose, and then St. Cecilia, St. Dunstan, and then I was singing in the Hawaiian choir for 27 years. Okay, so that's a certain type of service, but choir members have a tendency to be together and just do their own things together. When I started studying with Dean Walter Brownridge and started doing verger types of things, I started integrating more into the service. And I liked that. And I started meeting more people who were out there in the congregation. And what was really strange and interesting is that the older women were so proud of me. One came up to me, I didn't even know her name, and she told me she loved me. It's like, what do you mean? I don't even know who you are. We just met. But this happened with a couple of the older women. These are 90-year-old women. And I think that during their life experience, they did not have those choices, those opportunities. And when they saw somebody female who was helping lead the services, it spoke to them. And they just really were touched by it. And they've really become dear-hearted friends of mine. And just having that chance, that opportunity to be out there and say that, yes, we can help out. We can do what we can. I try to keep my mistakes 2 or less per service, but I'm out there trying, and apparently it touches the heart of quite a few people, and they approach me because of that. So that's very satisfying.
Well, thank you, Anne. And again, thank you for your commitment to run for the board of directors and allowing us to know you better.
And I look forward to seeing you in a month and getting to know you better too.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thanks for considering me. Aloha, yaoi.